We've all dreamt of the sweet embrace of an anime woman at least once in our lives. May you be a man or woman. For today though, let's take a look at certain waifus that you probably shouldn't give your life to. Number 10. Megumin from KonoSuba. Making her explosive entry to start the list, we have Megumin. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can such a popular all-time waifu be the first to come up on this list? Well, it's pretty simple really, and it sets the stage for many of the entries on this list. I mean, come on. There isn't an anime character alive that I wouldn't mind having to myself. Or maybe I spoke a bit too soon. But in any case, Megumin here has a few qualities that realistically you just won't survive through. First and foremost, while giving her a piggyback ride after a long day's work sounds all sweet and chummy, having her drop a nuclear explosion every day just for her own insane obsession is simply not gonna fly for you. And anything in radius of a few kilometers. You aren't the Chad that is Kazuma. You don't have a flat-chested goddess in the palm of your hand for free revives. One wrong explosion and it's goodbye to you and your time with an anime girlfriend. Reality is often harsher than fiction.
私は4人でクエストをこなしたり喧嘩をしながらも騒がしいアクセルの暮らしが一番好きですよ。
まあ確かにな。騒がしすぎるのもどうかと思うが。
Number 9. Shion from Reincarnated as a slime.
私のリムル様への気持ちは入りきらないみたいです。まあ入らなかったならしょうがないよ。
Cooking up something horrible, next up is Shion. Now, physicality of an ogre girlfriend aside, cause we all know none of us are surviving that, Shion is not the most talented of chefs. And not that it's a vital role or anything, but it is bad enough that one meal could pretty easily be your last. And there simply isn't any way I can imagine avoiding that meal for an entire lifetime. I mean, who can say no to such a cutie?
このスキルがあればどう料理してもイメージ通りの味になるのです。
I guess if you're really adamant about it, the time you spend with this hulking figure of a woman is sure to be more fun than you could ever get in real life. With enough good health and willpower, maybe you can just manage with some weeks in the hospital. It's a hard bet of course, but I can imagine 2 good reasons to push through with it.
でもどうして暴走したんですか？
さあなんでかな。
Number 8. Eris from Jobless Reincarnation.
これで人に殴られる痛みがわかりました。
Punching on, we got one of the modern pillars of Tsun among tsunderes, Eris. Oh yeah, hit me harder, baby. I mean, violence is bad, kids, and I for one would surely never dare a cute anime girl to hit me as hard as she can. Pinky swear. But in all seriousness, meeting a girl even similar to Eris in real life would be a horror no man or woman should ever hope to live through. Eris herself, of course, is just a whole level above that, as we know, with a penchant for violence, domestic or otherwise.
まあ、お小遣いをもらえるように帰ったらフィリップ様に頼んでみましょう。
Unless you're keen on learning some serious martial arts skills to keep yourself alive, I'd pass on this fiery beauty for now. Though I guess if you wanted to start being freaky this year, I can't really blame you if you still wanted to.
すみません。なんで謝んのよ。
Number 7. Ubel from Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
魔法としては単純な部類だが、軌道が見えねえ。
Cutting through this list next is the ever-spicy magician Ubel. Easily one of my favorite waifus to come out in recent years. Realistically speaking, it would be an absolute health risk to be in any sort of relationship with this dangerous vixen. I'd say that I can easily see why it'd be worth it, but I feel a predictable pattern is emerging on this list.
いや、いいよ。君という人間が少し分かった気がする。
そう。
もっと知りたいかな。
But unless you're a cool and mysterious mage with interesting powers, you can't begin to hope that you'd be anywhere near interesting enough to catch the eye of this hottie either way. And if you do happen to fit that bill, you better hope you never end up getting in her way. She can and will likely cut you. You can only hope it won't be anything too important in the end.
これからどこに行くつもりだったの？
さあね、ついてくるなよ。
Number 6. Nagatoro from Don't Mess With Me Nagatoro Senpai.
じゃあ先輩ですね。
Bullying the competition, barging in next is Nagatoro. Okay, we're finally getting somewhere with waifus I actually wouldn't want to date. Then again, she's still hot as hell. But of course, along with that comes a hell-charged desire to bully anyone who catches their eye into submission. Yeah, I know exactly my rodeo, am I right?
一緒にいて楽しいやつかな。
Well, this time it does border close to not my style. I mean, bullying is simply not cool, kids. Maybe it'd be more acceptable coming from a more adult mommy than a painfully realistic high school classmate. But I guess I'd still take what I can get. Just don't say I didn't warn ya. Who knows, if you keep your eyes peeled, maybe a less painful target can catch your eye instead. Like a certain sister, mayhaps? And if that is the case, revenge always is a sweet little treat.
いや、足がしびれて動けないっす。
How are the girls so far? I know we're looking at characters you shouldn't be dating, but don't let it stop you from being into what you're into. I'm not judging. That being said, I'm sure there are countless other girls we haven't dived into. If you have any in mind, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. And as always, like, subscribe, and share this video to show your support and love for what you just simply love. Number 5. Kirino from Oreimo. This next entry doesn't have much time for boyfriends when she's got family. Here is Kirino. An OG of the waifu game, Kirino is suspect number 1 when it comes to anime girls that should not have won a boyfriend. I guess fans prefer Chuni Loli over Tsundere blood-related sister any day, and I can't exactly blame them. Now, how about you? How would it be if you ended up winning the hand of this bratty little sister? Well, for one, you better look like her cause she seems to want to keep things in the family tree. All joking aside.
悔しい。
She seems like a perfect girl and even models on the side. Hell, she's a closeted otaku. What more could you ask for? Well, similar to her previous entries, you'll need some protection. And not in a fun way, cause this little sister can indeed be this violent. But yeah, you better start working on your little sister king if you dare.
どうかな。
おい、いいぞ。
マジで？
ああ、マジだぜ。じゃあ、約束。
Number 4. Nazuna from Call of the Night.
あれ？君いくつ？20歳過ぎてるようには見えないけどな。
Teaching kids how to have some fun at night. Next up is Nazuna, making me want to break the rules the first time I laid eyes on her anime self. Nazuna is an irresponsible vampire of the night that you do not want to be tied to. Or maybe you do.
にゃんにゃんにゃんにゃん。元気かいにゃんこ。かわいいね。
Point is, she does what she pleases, and that includes not getting too mushy with you. Now, there's also a spoiler reason as to why that is, but for the sake of less informed fans, let's keep things logical here with what we got. Life is tough, school is boring, but if you sync your life to that of an unemployed vampire girl who lazes around all day, life will fall apart eventually. Boring stuff aside, even if you manage to live a stable life and choose to babysit this waifu, well, you better be a nocturnal animal, cause you'll only really have the night. How alluring is the call.
そろそろいいよな。
Number 3. Elza from Gun Gale Online.
その子のお名前は？
ピーちゃん。
いい名だ。ピーちゃんにはレンちゃんの手でたくさんの敵の血をたっぷりと吸わせてあげるんだよ。
Shooting up the last stretch of this list, here's the player killer Elza. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to meet your destined gamer girl online? Well, I'm here to tell you it's everything you could have ever hoped for, mental illness and all. While she lives a secret celebrity life in real life, in the online world, Elza is equipped with both insatiable bloodlust and all the weapons she could hope for. As to why she randomly wants to literally meet with death, only God knows, really. What's important is that you'll never find out. This is as volatile a relationship as you can get, and if my pal Gucci here is an example, it ain't looking too hot. When it comes to games, bros before hoes, my friend. Bros before hoes.
よかった死なないでよかったよ本当に人さんが死ななくて
Number 2. Liz Smart from Let This Grieving Soul Retire.
あれうちの新メンバーだったりする？
違うよ。あと仮面は外そうか。
よかったリーズちゃんも違うと思ったんだけど
We're in the Speed Force with this one. Let's welcome Liz Smart. Easily the least known character on this list, as evidenced by being the only one with a full name. Liz is pretty much a fantasy equivalent of Nagatoro. But thankfully for us, she doesn't bully the one she actually likes, at least. So really, there isn't much downside here. Is what you'd normally think, but let me tell you this as your anime-loving brother. You gotta stay away from these overly obsessive girls.
一緒に逃げよ
は？
次は南国がいいかなだって私海とか見たことないし
Sure, she probably won't hurt you unless you inevitably hurt them at some point, in which case, better start praying. But with Liz around, you'd find it pretty hard to have anyone else around you to keep you company. These types should really just stay in the pages and away from your faces.
わかった。付き合うよ。
ありがとうクライちゃん
Number 1. Maomao from Apothecary Diaries.
マオマオが抑えられないもの、それは好奇心と知識欲、そしてほんの少しの正義感。
Brewing up a potion to get away from love, last on our list is Maomao, everyone's favorite girl in green, including me. So, why is she here? Well, before you light your torches and sharpen your pitchforks, let's all remember exactly why we love her in the first place.
痛いです。
そうか。やる。
This girl couldn't care less about how you feel. And if somehow, through divine intervention, you actually end up in a relationship, it's unlikely she'll be cutting down in poison time just to flirt with your otaku self. This girl is on a mission of Apothecary, and we're hardly ever gonna be interesting enough to pique her interest. Unless we poison ourselves in some convoluted murder mystery, I suppose. I mean, just get a load of Jinshi. He's literally just him. And she doesn't bat an eye. What hope do we have as mortal men and women? And that is all for today's anti-romantic list. Who am I kidding? You're probably still into some of these entries. If you're at all into us in this video though, consider leaving us juicy super thanks before you go. It really means a lot. Either way though, please like and share this video if you liked what you saw. Subscribe if you want to see more, and join the comments down below lest your heart be turned to jello. Till next time,